And a very warm welcome if you just joined me on my channel, Nigel's View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? I hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. Sisters Island, North East. Date on the video is Wednesday 9th of August 2017. Time on the picture is 3:38, as you can see there. And the picture's on this camera at every 10 minutes. And somebody's out for a nice time. The old cruise boat in the background. Let's play the video and have a look. We can see the star going through the sky, and we can see this light coming over, and our sun is starting to rise. You can see that this black dot in the middle of the sun, which is a camera abnormality. Of course it is, boys and girls. It's been cut in half, and that's an impossibility. If you look up here, there's 4 parts to this lens flare. You've got this lens flare here, looks like it's a purple one. You've got a disc round here, you've got a disc round here, you've got a light bulb here, and you've got a lens flare of a red spinning planet, I do believe. I might be totally wrong. But if you have a look at this, this looks like this just here, strangely enough, and this looks like the top of this just here. But hey, you make your own minds up what we're looking at. And you can see the lensing system very clearly here, and you can see our sun simulator just there, and our black dot has become round again. And you can clearly see that this is a lens flare because this travels in the opposite direction to our sun and sun simulator, and you're going to see this just disappear. You're getting to see something manifest itself in the background, and yeah, there it goes. That's just disappeared, and we've got this object slowly manifesting itself, and you can see it. And there you go. There is our projection of our red spinning planet, and it disappears. What I need to do is show you something so you can make sense of what I'm just about to say. If we just look here, this is where Sisters Island is on the FAA map. If you look down here, this is where Vancouver is. So what I'm going to do is show you the sunrises and sunsets for Sisters Island, and you can see all the details up there. Let's go to the 9th of August like it is on the video, and I've already got it all marked out, and it says the sunrise is at 6:10, but if you go down here, the sun rises at 7:03. I'm sure they can't make their minds up. If we go over here and have a look at what time the sun rises in Vancouver on the 9th of August, it is 5:56. So if we look at the time that's showing up here, which is 5:29, and this is the time that the sun rose, because it's got the black spot in the centre that's been cut in half, it's 5:29. Go figure. What time did the sun actually rise? And I've got a theory about this. And if you were paying attention, you would have seen some very incredible things. Let's have a look. And all I've done is increased the brightness, increased the saturation, and turned the contrast down. This for me is where it gets quite interesting. It's 3:38, and you can see it's starting to get quite light in the background. 3:49, no change. 3:59, no change. 4:09, and then suddenly we get this light on the water, and you might be mistakenly thinking that this is a reflection from here over here, and that is quite possible. 4:19, and this is starting to spread out, and you could still be mistaken in thinking that this is a reflection from here over here. If you look here, we got a cloud and it's being reflected in the water down here, and if you look at these clouds here, they're being reflected in the water down there, and yet again exactly the same thing. All of a sudden we get a great big splash of red light on the water. If we look up here, we can see there's an object casting a reflection on the water just down here. 3:39, 3:49, and you can see it move across just there and there, and it seems to dull down at 4:59, 5:09, and you could be mistakenly thinking that the object or planet or whatever it might be is sinking downwards, and you can see the reflection of it just there. 5:19, and it starts to get a little bit brighter, and 5:29 and we get our sunrise. Or was that 6:10? Or if you lived in Vancouver, 5:56, or possibly 7:03. So what we need to do is pay attention to the water yet again. It's very, very red, and it's 5:29. It says that the sun doesn't rise until 6:10. 5:39, it's still very, very red, and I don't believe this is our sun rising. I believe this is something else, our sun simulator, to hide and obfuscate what's in the background. 5:49, and you can still see it is extremely, extremely red. 5:59, and you can see it's starting to get a bit yellower and a bit whiter as the sun simulator seems to kick in. 6:09, and we're told that the sun rises at 6:10, and I believe our sun has just risen just above the horizon. 6:19, and everything looks absolutely funky, doesn't it? I mean, there seems to be interaction behind our sun and sun simulator. There's a red hue going on around the outside. There is nothing in the skies. Thank you very much. And we've got a lampshade here, we've got a ball here, and everything just looks absolutely normal. 100% normal. And if you think that's normal, you've got to be absolutely crazy. Red spinning planet, lens flare. Lens flare of the lenses system. We still have a little bit of interaction behind the sun and sun simulator, and we get rid of our object that was there. And yeah, this is just totally normal. Absolutely totally normal. If we look here, we have a massive big red object that suddenly, yeah, that's normal. Is that our red object from earlier? Is that at all possible? Who knows? For us to see something like this, it has to be on camera. There is no ifs, no buts. It is there. That is no lens flare. There's interaction going on right there. There seems to be interaction going on here, and as we go further back, we seem to have interaction just here. Everything's normal, and we caught this object before. And also, I believe that you can see the disc around the outside of the sun simulator just there. And while I'm making this video, I've just noticed this black spot seems to translate onto this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but another thing I have noticed is if I move it forwards and backwards, you can see it spinning. You can see that dark spot spinning there, there, and there. We get this big obfuscation of light. It looks like a big kaleidoscope, and yeah, that's how they're obfuscating what you're seeing just here. You wouldn't be able to see it because your eyes wouldn't be able to pick it up. The camera is just sensitive enough to pick this up, but this object that rose up through the sky just here that we saw at 5:37 in the morning, well, that was not our sun. That was a sun simulator or something similar, because our sun rose at 6:10, as we well know and we've seen. And you can see this object spinning through the air. And what you've got to remember, the earthquakes, the volcanoes, and everything else is wrong. The deception is coming very, very soon. They can't hide this for very much longer. It's going to make mainstream news very, very soon. Much love, much peace, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. And please do me a favour, share this video. I think it's very, very important.